Hi and welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness. Of course, you all know because you're in my group, or if you're new, I am a sound healer, intuitive life coach, and a channel medium, Reiki master. And welcome to my page. It's a Sunshine and Songs, and today I am going to be channeling angels with Heather Corbet, which is awesome. So, hi Sarah. So let me just pull it up. We don't need to share because it's just on this page, but there I am. So much easier for me to see it on my... Oh, there you are, Heather. Okay. So you're on here. Isn't that weird? I already invited you. Oh, there it is. Bring them on camera. Here we go. Okay. Heather's here. She's coming on. Let's see. There you are.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So good, so good. Oh my goodness. So ready for this. So ready.
Oh, me too. I'm really excited. So Heather and I did this before on her page, Heighten Your Spiritual Connection. That's what it's called, right? Which is an amazing page, and you should check it out if you're not on there already. And we had a great time, and so we're doing it again for this page.
Yay! So excited. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I feel them already. Do you feel them?
Yeah. It's starting.
Ready for you.
So Heather is an okay. Tell me exactly what you like to say. You're a medium.
Yeah,
and
spiritual advisor.
Spiritual advisor. That's it.
Yeah.
And Heather's awesome. I had a session with her last week, and it was so incredible. You're so fast. And we did past life, and it was so cool. It was really helpful, and I really loved it. So she has some classes coming up. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself a little bit and your classes.
Yeah. We zipped through a lot of the past lives. I loved it. At the end, they were like, "Okay, we're just going to zip through. I think 3 or 4. Boom, 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 boom." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, as Rachel shared, I am a medium and spiritual advisor, and so I'm also a Reiki practitioner and teacher. So I love seeing all your amazing people come on here. So this Saturday, I have Reiki Master. At the end of the month, I have Reiki Teacher, so teaching you how to be a Reiki teacher. And then I start up Reiki 1 again in August. And then, yes, my mediumship classes, there are 4 mediumship classes. And the first one is really focusing on meeting your main guide. And so that's through a guided meditation. And with that, too, like an activation of sorts. And so each mediumship class kind of activates you even more. And so that first one is the clairs. The second one is being able to meet your guardian angel, and then mediumship techniques surrounding that. And then the third one is your joy guide, and then the final one is your doctor guide. So with the doctor guide, you actually get to really tap into your medical intuitiveness. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been neat to be able to see people pop, blossom, as you know as well. I mean, you've definitely seen that too with your work, so it's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So yay. Thank you, Erin. Can I say hi to all of the peeps? Like, I'm like,
of
all these
course.
babies come in. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, you have such amazing energy here. Rachel.
Thank you. I think so.
Dot here. She said she's your mother-in-law. Is that right? How fun is that? Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I love it. And Lucy Lou is here, and Norma's here. Oh my gosh. Erin's here. Brenda's here. I just love it. Awesome. Thank you, Brenda. Yay. Yeah.
All right.
And I feel them. This is just amazing to me.
I do too. Do you want to start?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I kind of want to ask you how your day was, though. Did you have a good day? We're here. Can I just ask?
It was good. It was nice. I worked a lot, and I took my son to the science museum like before work. I work in the afternoon in my vocal studio. So all morning I was with my little boy. We went to the science museum. We had a good time. And then I went to work. And then I came home, I got to come home early, so that was good.
Yeah.
How was your day?
It was good. And I love that you shared, like, you got to spend time with your son, because I just feel like that's what, being an online entrepreneur is all about, is that time freedom, that you got to hang out
Yeah.
with your son. And it was the same for me. I had sessions in the morning, and then the afternoon I was able to hang out with my son. So I hear what you're saying. And he's just so funny right now. We got a new pool. And so he's like, come into the pool, but it's freezing. So I like just hang out on a floaty on top of the pool. Okay, good job. Keep so yeah, but it was wonderful. So yeah, but yeah, I would love to start. I feel definitely drawn to Angel Raziel. And I love Angel Raziel. I just feel like this energy, and I felt Raziel around before. And it's interesting though, just because I haven't like publicly channeled Raziel, and I definitely feel his energy kind of coming in, and I feel like a feminine energy with him. I'm kind of seeing him masculine, but at the same time, I almost feel this feminine to him, let's say. And I always tell my students, I'm like, this angel is portrayed how you're portraying them. So if you're going to Google the images, that's how somebody else portrayed that angel. And so just to really tap into that and recognize that. But I feel like with Raziel, I feel him coming in very stoic and almost, I want to like kid around with him, but he's not a kidder. So I want to just like jab him, like tease him, and he's like, no, not happening. So I definitely want to make sure he comes in, and I feel kind of heady with this, just a little, moving into another world really is what's happening. And so with Raziel, I just feel that there's a lot with the divine wisdom, and a lot with the secrets, a lot with just the holy secrets, the divine secrets, the God secrets. And so I really feel he's shown me some of the biblical times where he was in charge, like almost like he has a staff and there's pillars behind him, and there's like he has the book, he has like the Old Testament of the Bible of sorts, and that he had all the secrets. And so if you wanted to go through to get the secrets of God, you would go through him. And so now I'm like, okay, tell us the secrets then, don't keep us in suspense. Um, I really feel like with his energy, it's allowing you to recognize that we truly are all one, and that we're all coming from that source. And I feel like as he's coming in, it's really allowing him to assist all of us who are here in this realm to really recognize that we truly are all one. And he keeps showing me almost like a circle of sorts, and just keeps saying that we're all coming from this source. So really, truly, you all have the same needs and wants and desires of approval and of belonging and of being worthy. And you all have these, needs. And so really allowing yourself to be able to be a divine conduit of sorts to assist with getting all of the humans' needs met. And so really that's part of our mission of sorts, is that truly, and I'm like, is this one of God's secrets then? That's what I was just asking in my mind. And he's like, yeah, like that's truly what it is. And then just also recognizing that we all have the same needs. We're all from the same source. And so really it's important for all of us to be able to share that, to be able to recognize, somebody walking down the street has the exact same needs that we do. And we're really needing to tune in and hone in on those needs so that we can be like the messengers of sorts. I feel like that's what he's really sharing. And I just think, just to use you as an example, Rachel, then I know that you have the same needs that I have. You have these needs of, wanting, we all have these needs of wanting acceptance, wanting, to know we're worthy, wanting to know that our passion is what we're supposed to be doing, and I feel like this is so cute. I can hear, is that your kitty?
She's yelling at me. I'm listening. Let me just open the door, but I hear you.
You're like, look at, like, come on, what are you doing? So great. Well, it just wants to be part of the good energy. I think Paulette's here, and her animals are always like, I'm coming into that good energy. So that's perfect. But I just feel like too that just recognizing that I'm going to make sure that I'm meeting your needs. You're making sure that you're meeting my needs, because we have the same needs, is what he's saying, coming from source. So I'm just wondering if you're feeling anything or if you want to add anything to that.
No, I'm getting a super strong Muriel.
Perfect.
Archangel Muriel. So that's what I've been getting. This I've been trying. I'm like half listening to you and half getting this.
That makes a lot of sense because I felt like some feminine coming in too.
Oh, well, yes.
Remember how
yes,
earlier
because I was already calling her in, but then.
Okay, that's neat. Well, bring her
to
in.
let me go first.
That's good. That's good. Segue into the feminine. Yeah.
Well, also you often read and about angels having like other spirits with them. I haven't actually channeled this before, but um, like other angels, or like they kind of in pairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not making sense because now I better just start.
Was it who was coming in with, was it Daniel? And I just remember the last one, there was two that were coming in that were a match. Haniel.
Yeah,
Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were a match and they came in together.
And then there's some that come with like lady, like is it Sandalphon has Lady Charity, or like I think it is.
They just kind of come in pairs, so that it makes sense because
No, he has Lady Patience, so like he has a feminine counterpart. That's what I was reading stuff like that before, so that could be it. But I just wanted to mention that. But Muriel's coming in, and I feel her energy is like really, just really like soft and like flowers. I see and feel a lot of flowers, and she's an angel of peace, and she is like an angel with flowers. And I've never channeled her before today either. A lot of these are all new for me.
yeah,
but it's kind of fun. She's so earlier I had my attention on the news and was I worry about children in Texas and all that. I don't want to get political or anything. I just, they're children and I worry about them. And so she's the angel of peace, and she is saying that big peace is coming for all of us. A lot of peace, and that we don't need to worry about what's happening, because don't worry yourself sick. Don't take it in and make yourself lower in vibration, because change is coming. Love and peace are coming in huge steps, and it's not long before we will see the end of all the things that hurt and pain us so much that go on in the world. Ooh, it's just giving me chills.
Me too. I'm like, I wish you could see my goosebumps. Hey, Dominique.
So all the things that touch us because we care, because we are caring beings. It's a good thing that we are touched and want to help, and we should help everywhere we can. But know that don't make yourself sick over it. It is getting better, and golden age is coming, and she is helping to usher in a lot of peace. And she's saying peace in everyday life. Make your everyday life peaceful. Work on yourself. Work on your family and those you take care of, your animals, your neighbors, your friends. And work on peace there, because peace begins with you. So
yeah, I love that. I love that.
That's
so oh, I felt those chills, and just how beautiful her energy is. Like, I feel like as you brought her in, I could definitely feel the peace through you being that divine conduit, and I love that as you were bringing her in, I just felt her femininity coming forward, and it makes sense with the peace. And I just feel like too, that's perfect, Norma. I love how she said, I sent Reiki healing and wrapped them in love. Perfect. And I feel like with Muriel's essence, it just really feels like allowing her to step in, and just like you were sharing, like not to worry, because I almost feel like some of us, when we're worrying, that we have these human responses, like these worry, or we get nausea or that kind of thing, and just recognize that with that, it's part of our up leveling. I feel like that's what she's sharing. Like we may be getting worried, but that's okay, because that you know, just be able to bring that peace, be able to pull me in so you don't have to worry, and we can allow for that shift to happen. Because I feel like it's just a natural human response when we're shifting to worry, you know, or when this planet is shifting. And so I almost feel like she's sharing with everybody, with our audience, etc., to be able to just pull her in and have that peace, you know. So even if you're worried, go ahead and pull me in and allow for that peace. So I love that.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
I like that.
Mhm.
It's sometimes hard not to worry about devastating, you know, all over the news, all over the world, things that happen that are sad, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, and I think both Brenda and Melissa bring up some good points about like the golden age is coming, and so, you know, Brenda's just saying, "Hurry up and get here," and then Melissa's just wondering, like, what does it mean if time doesn't exist anywhere except here? What does it mean that the golden age is coming soon?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that's true. Well, I think they do mean soon, and in our time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I believe they are speaking to us in our time. I mean, obviously, if we step outside of time, we don't have to worry about that. I mean, if you meditate, I guess that's what I mean by stepping out of time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a light worker and you work with, you know, anything Reiki or like when I do sound healing or just when I meditate, when anybody can meditate and feel that they step out of time. I mean, when you dream, you step out of time. You know, sometimes you travel to different places, different realities, different dimensions, and sometimes it's your dream is a channel. It's a teaching, or you know, dreams are very powerful. They're not nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I love that you share that because there are those times that we are able to step out of time, you know, and get more of those hits and those insights. And I agree with you that they're showing us that it's your time. If you want to see time, soon is soon. Like soon is coming, you know, and I almost just feel like we're going to see this big shift. I mean, especially in the next year, if not in the next 6 months, you know, I feel like that's what they kind of are pulling in, you know, and we're probably going to see a lot of shifts in the next 3 months, really, with that. And I love what Norma said, like it helps to focus on the positive outcomes, like children reuniting with their families. And I feel like that's what Muriel really wants for us, is to go ahead and look at the peace. Look, what does it mean to have peace? You know, and it's those really good outcomes to be able to see that and know that it's coming, you know. And I almost feel like too with these angels that they're wanting to give us, you know, something to work with. So just as you were sharing with the peace, like, no, not to worry. And then how do we flip ourselves out of that worry? And just like Norma was sharing, like having that reuniting with the, you know, with the families or however that looks, you know, what does peace look like? And then same with Raziel, how he was coming in and he was just sharing, you're gonna meet other people's needs. You know, we all have the same needs, so why not meet other people's needs? You know what I mean? I think that's cool. They're like giving us little nuggets, like try that.
Yeah, you're right. That was
I love that.
point.
I think you might have something more, either with Muriel or you might have another angel that you're near.
Well, I heard her say something about 10 years.
Mhm.
I think what she's saying is major 10 years.
Mm.
A more of a, I mean, what you're saying is shifts are coming. Yes, right now, shifts, so many shifts, but she's saying faster than we think 10 years. 10 years from now, we'll see a whole other side of this planet. That's what she's saying. A whole nother side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it will be beautiful. So that's not that long, really.
It isn't. I don't
Like
know if you saw that,
she's
but
so strong.
she's so strong. My lights flickered. I don't know if anybody else saw
I'm shaking.
that. I love that. And I feel like in a lot of ways, she just wants us to prepare for that. Do you know what I mean? Just get all, you know, just, I feel like with her coming forward, it's almost like her allowing us to just recognize that we can have peace in every step. We can have peace in every moment and prepare for what's going to happen in the next 10 years. And then think about, you know, where you're at in the next 10 years. Think about if you have children, where your children are at. Think about if you have nieces or nephews, where they're going to be at in 10 years. You know, so some of these little itty bitties, they're going to be teenagers when this is hitting. You know what I mean? And they're our next generation.
Yeah.
So I feel Metatron stepping in. Do you feel, and I wonder if
Yeah, I knew that was next because we started talking about children.
the children. Yeah. I'm like, oh boy, Metatron wants to step forward. Yes. Yes. Are you getting anything right off the bat? Mm-hmm.
He's saying, I mean, I feel like I'm always saying the same thing. Like I'm always channeling the same thing from Metatron. So I guess because it's important.
Yeah.
He's saying that children are the answer, and that children, they have already changed, and they are continuing to change. The new generation is like it's a it's a generation unlike we've ever seen before. They're so their vibration is high. I mean, he's showing me them in like sparkly white light, like all of them. They're like almost like angels themselves. Just they have so much to share with us, and in unexpected ways. We're going to see so much from these children that we've never seen before, and their interactions with each other are already proving to us that they have changed. I mean, that this generation is unlike generations before. that there's so that there's so much more kindness and acceptance among them already, and we're going to see more and more of that as time goes on. My eyes just fell on this.
That's beautiful. Oh, good. Right. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Right. Oh, I love
Why
it.
is that even up there? That shouldn't even be up there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I love that they turned your eyes to it, you know? They're like, look.
It's time.
It's time. It's time. Now is the time. Time to tell. Oh, I love that. And I love that you're bringing in with Metatron. That's hilarious. Lucy's just saying the kids are smarter. Yeah, absolutely. The kids are just coming in a lot more advanced, you know, a lot more advanced just with empathy and with being able to really get into and understand others. Jody's just saying they're being born with miraculous abilities. Absolutely. And
So true.
yeah, they will be the change. It blows me away. And I feel like with your son as well. But with my son, like I never taught him Reiki, but at the same time, like he'll be like, Mom, we got to sweep your third eye. I'm like, where did you come from? Like, really? You know? So I do feel like, you know, Metatron, I know with with Robbie as well, you know, this has these incredible gifted capabilities. And I feel like
He does.
is like Metatron wants us to definitely nurture that, you know, definitely acknowledge that, you know.
And parenting has changed a lot too, which I think is also, I mean, just everything seems to be changing a lot, you know. I mean, this generation is a lot kinder to, you know, children. I'm not trying to say
I know
it's coming out all wrong.
I hear what you're saying because, you know, other generations seen and not heard, you know, and now we're like,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, some of us are just like on their every word. Like, what else do you want to say? You know, and I feel like that's what they're wanting us to do. You know, the angels, the celestial beings, like, yes, listen to the children, you know. And Norma's just talking about her 3-year-old who loves crystals, puts them in his ears. I'm like, come on now. You know, he's a healer. Yeah. And we're guide them, Jody. I like that, but also to learn from them. And it's interesting too because Metatron, I feel like him coming forward is really allowing us to also like work on our inner child. Like I feel like he's saying that as well. So I feel like Metatron's like you're just as capable. You deserve this as well. Allow yourself to know that you're just as gifted as these children, that your inner child is able to move these generations as well. So granted, they're coming in more advanced, also recognizing that we need to nurture our inner child as well. Do you feel that? I just feel like, gosh, they're just really wanting us to hone in on our children as well. And I feel like too, you know, that we see some of these parallels as we're raising our child. You know, like when you know, like my stepdaughter, I remember when she was 5 or 6. Like I just remember I was having all these flashbacks of me being 5 or 6. You know, and then not having to, but doing healing with that. You know, and so I almost wonder if as they're moving up because they're such pristine pure beings, then it assists us to be able to, you know, assist our inner child also. A lot of healing, you know, a lot of healing.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that I researched just to be a better parent really helped me heal or understand things about myself, you know, in many ways. So that's very true, you know. I mean, I've done a lot of healing since I've been a mom for the past 7 years.
Yeah, isn't it incredible? Like sometimes sometimes it just blows me away. I'm like, well, thanks
Yeah.
for coming. You gave me more things to do in more ways than one.
Yeah.
You are so Angelica. Her daughter is very drawn to candles and crystals, and her 7-year-old autistic son is also a self-proclaimed healer. Absolutely, I love that. I love that, and it's interesting. You know, my main profession, occupational therapy, and working with children. A lot of times, especially for the kiddos that are nonverbal, I'll tap into their guardian angel just to give me more information. You know, and I think the same for um, the next generation of some of these kids that are maybe diagnosed, but at the same time, it's just, gosh, they're just so much more spiritually up there, you know? And I like what
Mm-hmm.
you said too, is it advanced or aware? They seem to be more knowledgeable in who they are. Yeah, just that awareness. And
Now I've gotten that before too. So
yeah,
when I've channeled Metatron, he said that all these spectrum children are they are part of our future. They are very necessary. So to the golden age, and they're going to be more leaders than we think. And something else you just said. Oh well, it'll come back.
yeah, it will. And you know, in the perfect timing. A lot of times I like how they drop it in and drop it in again and drop it in again, and then I'll say it. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I like that. I love the people coming in. Nikita, Rachel, I love this. This is great. Oh, this is wonderful. I just think too, like that it's all of us, you know, as Rachel and I are channeling, though, it's all of us being able to come, you know, in and allowing for all of our gifts to be put on the table, I feel, is what they're sharing. And you know, all of us light workers. And it's interesting with Metatron too, because he's helping, I feel like, too, with healing. When I've channeled him before, he's talked about like having various geometric shapes at each chakra and really like cleansing each chakra. So I feel that that's another part of this wave into the golden age, is just allowing people to recognize that we have these different components that we can keep healing, and that he's able to assist us with that. And I love they're pulling in also, you know, with these kind of these children that may have diagnoses or that kind of thing, just in recognizing that they're really really assisting us to be able to change things, you know. And an opening, do you feel that? It's like an opening. I'm not sure how else to describe it, but it's almost like I can just feel this opening of
Yeah, I
mm-hmm,
see it. It's like light.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you say that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that. Well, I'm feeling Angel Gabriel stepping forward, and I really like his energy. I definitely it's a different energy than when I brought Raziel in. So I'll just say that. So yeah, Sarah, change our mindset, absolutely. And I feel like there's a lot of with this too. I'm just feeling with Gabriel. It's healing. It's also, I feel a lot with the joy. Like I just feel like, you know, you guys get up and go have fun and that type of thing. And I love how he's bringing the children in too, you know, so he's bringing in the children and just saying like they're, you know, they definitely are the next generation, and their joy and their cute little giggles and all this stuff. And it's really fun. Gabriel's really fun right now. I just feel like he's really pulling in like all of the fun and the happiness, you know. And I love, it's almost like a formula that he's giving me. So it's almost like, you know, so we had Muriel and she's that peace. We have Raziel and he's talking about your needs. You know, we have Metatron, he's talking about the children and, you know, opening things up. And now let's bring some laughter in there. Let's bring some joy in there. Let's just really get in there, you know? And I love that because I just think, gosh, it's almost like they're giving us a formula. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Peace and, you know, just being able to meet each other's needs, and the children are, you know, our future. And then Gabriel's like, and have some fun. Have some fun, you know. I love that. I love that. Do you get anything off of Gabriel
I was getting something.
or something?
I just saw him with books for some reason.
I love that.
Like with yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been the same thing because I love books. I read a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. What brings you joy, Rachel? You're like, books.
I read all night long, yeah.
I love that.
But no, I feel like he's saying, oh, I see what he's saying. He's saying to do what you love. Make sure that what you're doing is what you love in your life. So what I like to research, so I think that's why he's showing it to me that way. So if you're unable to do it as a career now, you can work towards it, and you can do it in your spare time to work the job that you want, the life that you want. You can make happen in small doses until they can be big doses. So
I love that.
you know, you're in charge of your future, and you can make it happen. You start with something small. What would I do if this was my life? What would I be doing right now? Make a space. He's saying make a space for that to come in. Oh, space.
I love that. That's good.
Just kind of like you were just saying. Yeah, make a space for that to come into your life. And don't quit. This is where we're all going to our careers and our dreams to be one.
Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I love that space. And I also love, as you were sharing, like, you know, if perhaps maybe now is not, you're not able to like monetize your passion, at the same time, just allow it to be a little bit at a time till you can get there. And I feel like too, that with the joy is just almost like, you know, allow and assist our children to move into what they want to, like not to lose their joy, you know, just allowing them to move into what they want to. And Jody was saying knowledge is key. And I just feel like that's, you know, with the books, as you were talking about that, I just love that, because I just feel like it truly is an opening and a space, and there's more and more and more and more knowledge out there for us that we truly we have access to, you know. And I feel like they're making it, I feel like in a lot of ways they're making it easy for us, as you and I are channeling. Do you know what I mean? Like they're pulling this information in, and we're sharing it with everybody. They're sharing their insights, and I feel like in a lot of ways they are showing that it can be easy, that it doesn't have to be hard, you know. I feel like Gabriel, as he's coming in, is just allowing for that too, like allow for the joy to really set you forward, and allow for yourself to be living your passion every day in some way, shape, or form. So I love that so much, because I just feel like that's really allowing that to happen. And Paulette said she heard somebody say that, make space. You got to make the space. You know.
Now he's showing me now like a lotus flower, like blooming. The more attention you give to it, the more it's going to open and bloom. Mm-hmm. Your passion, your desire. We all have that for a reason.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And almost like watering it, like just water, just, you know, just water it, and it'll come to fruition. Love that. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. I feel like you have another up your sleeve. I'm just feeling it. I'm just feeling it.
It is. It's Chamuel. I'm feeling Chamuel, and I've never. I honestly, when we were talking about who we were going to maybe call in, I just kept getting Chamuel, and I was like, I'm not even sure I know Chamuel at all. Yeah. So he really wanted to come in. So I'm starting to feel that. I
feel a lot of love.
It's showing me a lot of sand. I don't quite have it yet. Sand and beaches, and he's showing me calm, still waters.
Yeah.
I just feel his energy is like calming, joyful. And I feel like sand is like running through my hands. He's saying, okay, now I'm getting it. He's saying to enjoy your life every moment as it's, you know, it's moving through us. We're very blessed, and to be on this planet at this time, as many spirits wanted to be here, and we are here and we are very blessed to be here at this time. And so enjoy every minute of it, as the earth is changing so much that uh, the time is important at every moment. Next year won't be like this. So enjoy all the wonderful things that you have now. You'll have more wonderful things later, but just really be present and enjoy it every minute. Oh, I see. That's why he's showing me the beach. I love the beach.
Yes, enjoy. And I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's interesting because then as you were channeling Jody, it seemed like brought in the same thing. She was just saying, you know, we have access to all we need. Relax, be free, flow with what the universe is telling you. You know, I just feel like it's neat to see that simultaneous channeling happen, you know, and just like you were sharing, like with like that relaxation and to really enjoy it. And I love what you shared about, you know, recognizing there was a lot of souls that wanted to come at this time, but we were able to come in, you know. And I feel that too with that, that he's just really wanting to bring it forward, that in a lot of ways we're kind of privileged and honored to be here. And I know life can be hard, you know, as a human. I'm just talking from human perspective, but at the same time I just feel like they're sharing, but you need to be honored to be here. Like you know, have that gratitude that you are here, and be grateful to have what you do have, you know, be grateful to really allow for yourself to be able to receive, you know. So as we're so grateful, sometimes we just wonder, like, do I deserve this? Like, this is pretty awesome. Like, I was thinking about that when I was like floating in the pool today. I was just like, this is pretty awesome, you know. And at the same time I feel like he's saying, yeah, now enjoy it. Like we gave this to you to enjoy. And just like you shared, from him also, that like, well, next year there's going to be other things to enjoy. So, you know, and I feel like this unconditional love like wave come in, and I wonder if that's helping to really fill in, if we're wondering if we deserve, or if we're wondering if, you know, if we're grateful, can we get more, or is it okay to ask for more, or something like that. And so allowing that to be able to step forward, and allowing for that unconditional love to kind of fill in the blank. So, and keep that gratefulness going, keep it going, you know. And I just feel like in a lot of ways he's sharing, like, be grateful you're just here on the planet right now, you know. It's like, okay. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, yes, and from what you're saying now, he's showing me, like, you know, we're not seeing this life we're seeing this life in a filter. What he's showing me is, like, in front of me there's like almost like a one-way pane of glass, you know, where I can see through, or the other side can't see me. I don't know. But what he's saying is that you can't even fathom the rest of your being, and how much love and how much life you also have outside of this life. And so even if you feel like you have nothing right now, you still have so much that you don't even know, that you can't access. Your higher self, and the love of all your guides and angels, and the love, there's so much love around you, and you are so privileged. This is amazing thing that you're doing, even if sometimes are hard, that you can push past it by knowing that you do have a full life, more than you could possibly imagine, even if it's not like that right this moment. And you have so many souls joined to you and cheering you on, and you have so much that you cannot see. We see very little. Is an experiment of love on this planet. It's an experiment of trust and of faith. And so what we see here now is not everything. It's just a small sliver of our actual life and soul. That was really strong.
Oh, nice work. Nice work. Yeah. Beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And absolutely exactly what people need to hear, you know. Absolutely, just recognizing, just to recognize, just like you shared, there's just so much more, you know. There's so much more that we're not necessarily picking up. And so to be able to really recognize that this sliver that we're noticing is just that. And I feel like he's wanting that expansion. He's wanting us to be able to look at more. There is more, you know. And I feel like too, like allowing us to those times that may be hard, or those times that we're kind of looking for something, seeking something, wanting that happiness, whatever that is, just really recognizing that with that, we can have it. And so if we're just experiencing this sliver, just noticing that we can have more, we can open that up, and we can have more, and to ask for more. Like, I'd like more, and I think about, this is interesting because they're showing me like the fireworks from last night, and people are like, oh, that's beautiful, I want more, I want more, and then all of a sudden there's more, and you're like, oh, and you just want more, and then all of a sudden there's this grand finale, and I just think, wow, that's so incredible that we can ask for more. And I think about how excited like the little kids are during the fireworks, like, oh, so excited, some more, and that I feel like with that excitement we can have more, you know what I mean? Like, just allowing, I feel like what they're sharing is allowing for us to be in that high excitement so that we can continue getting more and being at their higher frequency. So that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty
more
good
excitement
for not knowing Chamuel. That was,
well, he kept saying
girl.
that he wanted to come through. I wasn't even, yeah. And he was kind of going Cham, because Chamness, my last name.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. Take it, girl. Take it.
Like, how can you not channel me?
Right. We have the same name. Like, come on now. I love that. That is so beautiful. I love that. Oh, I love the viewers. Patty's on the road listening. Yay! Look at this. This is wonderful. Yeah, and then we have Sandalphon, right? You are you getting anything from Sandalphon? Or how do you say
it's coming in with him? He's music, so he's with me. He's with me a lot. He's been telling me this lately, that he's with me a lot. He's with music. He's the and sound healer. So I can't even talk.
Yeah, a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I see him now like with the lyre. A lot of times when I do angel cards, he comes up, but wait, it's coming. Sorry. He's saying there's music, the way that music soothes your soul, there's music in everything there's music in every, he's even showing me there's music in food, there's music in sunset, there's music in beauty, there's music in people. And then he's showing me like us connected on a wave, and the wave is like a music staff like this, connecting us all. He's saying music connects us. We are music. It's cool.
Love that.
That it's music connects us to a higher plane, to a higher vibrational frequency, and to a higher dimension. We are all to be ascended to the 5th dimension, but music brings you higher than the 5th, brings you to the 7th. So it brings you even higher. What that means is the higher the dimension, the higher you're vibrating. So like angels are around the 9th, 7th and 9th dimension. So the music can bring you there, and you can always listen to music to bring your vibration up, or use music like I do to raise your vibration. And to see that, the way he's showing me, it's like to see that connection, the connection. I mean, he's saying music is the connection between us all, and it's not just how we think about music, but he's just kind of, I don't even fully understand what he's saying. It's like the music is, it's like, I don't know, it's blowing my mind. I can't put this in words.
Beautiful. I feel like too, like you said, it's blowing your mind, and I just feel like he's showing me that it's everywhere. And it's almost like too, like even with the granules of sand, like you need to listen. I feel like he's sharing that, like you all just go, 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 and you're not listening. So even like music in a restaurant or music in the grocery store, like listen to it. Like it's all there. And I feel like too, he's really wanting to bring this forward because I feel like in some ways this is has tendency to be lost, because now they're making budget cuts in the schools where music isn't even provided. You don't have music or that kind of thing because we just don't have the money for it, and so it's an elective or something along those lines. So I almost just feel like he's sharing, like we're losing it, and we can't lose it because it is that interconnectedness. And I just feel like he's just showing me.
Oh, that gave me chills. That's a
Yeah.
very
Yeah, and just almost like the granules of sand again. He's just showing like every single grain makes a different sound, and we need you to be able to really pay attention to it, because just as she was sharing that it does raise that frequency, and it raises all of us, and we have tendency to be able to move up there. We can go up there. We can sing with the angels. And I love this. We're both singers, and I remember singing in church one time and them sharing like you're singing with the angels. And I think about that, like why not sing with the angels? Like why not, if you have a different instrument, why not commune with the angels? Why not? Like we have that capability, so why not take it? And I feel like what he's sharing right now is really being able to see that music in every single component. And I feel like some of that is it was cute how they were talking, you were like, this is blowing my mind, and then they were kind of past the baton. And I love that, because I almost just feel like he's showing it's everywhere. You know what I mean? It's absolutely everywhere, and you need to listen. I feel, again, he's showing me that we're just so fast. We're not paying attention. We're not paying attention to, the birds. We're not paying attention to just the various things. I'm like, what else? Like, like when you turn off the shower and the water keeps dripping, he's like, nobody's listening to that, but we're making music with it. We're making music with water. We're making music with sand. We're making music with vehicles. We're always making music, and you've got to be,
I hear the fairies chiming in too, like, and we're making music all the time.
right?
And he was saying too that he said even the drums are the rhythm of life, like a heartbeat. There's, it's Native Americans and indigenous people of our ancestral past, use drums a lot for shamanic work because it is the rhythm of our life, and it is just like our heartbeat. There's music to that. And he's showing me, like me putting my ear on my husband's chest and hearing that heartbeat, and the music of love, that music is in everything. Yeah, like you're saying, the grains of sand. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I love how you shared about your husband, because I just feel like that music is interconnecting you both, and that you're paying attention to that. You're paying attention to the rhythm, and allowing for us to recognize how we are with this music. Then we can become in sync with each other, And I feel the beats, I feel the beats of our cultures from the past, and just how healing that is. And that's what you do. You do sound healing. So I just feel like this firsthand, and that we are able to allow for that interconnectedness, as we are recognizing the music that people are sharing. And he's showing me even the inflections in people's voices. Like, are you even noticing those? And I feel like us as light workers, we are noticing that, but I feel like he's sharing, to notice it more. Like, notice the lilting voices, the females, the males, but also the sadness and the happiness. Like, even that is music. So that's beautiful. Wow.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
I like that.
Oh, that's so cool. This is so.
Yes, and I'm getting, and of the waves, the music of the waves on the shore.
I think it's really neat too. They're showing me almost the frequencies too. So even science gets involved, where they're like tuning forks or the frequencies of these sounds, and why are there some sounds that are so appealing and others not so much? But at the same time, they're all serving us in some way, all of these sounds and music. And I definitely see that too. I see that rhythm, that flow, with the waves, and I almost feel like they're sharing, like, with everything, like, as you're getting into this and allowing for those waves to happen, then you're getting into the rhythm of your life. you know, of your dreams, of your hopes, of all of that. And it's interesting to me again, because they're pulling, it's almost like they're all like coming in for their final bow or something, because they're kind of coming in again, like, okay, hello, everybody. And I feel like, again, like, you know, Metatron, the children, Muriel, the peace, you know, I
Feel
feel,
that.
you know, Raziel just like meeting all our needs, Gabriel with the laughter, you know, just they're all just coming in and really allowing us to be able to recognize how, you know, how important all of these things in are, you know, Cham with like relaxation, go with the flow, you know, it's just like it's all important. It's all important. It's
Yeah.
pretty powerful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was cool. And you know what's funny is I was seeing a pattern between all the angels. So before I came on, you know, I just sort of, to get into the groove, was just like read a little bit about each archangel, like, and like call them in, and I was noticing like a similarity to a lot of the, like, Muriel, Chamuel, and Sandalphon, about of peace, and it was kind of interesting
I
how
love
it all came together.
And I feel like, yeah, and they all came together. I love that because you're seeing this image of all of them coming together and they're always working together. You know, even as you and I were talking about like the pairs that are coming in, they're like, it's not just pairs, like we're always working together, you know? And in our minds, we see this isolation of sorts because it makes sense in our minds, right? But at the same time, I feel like they're wanting to come in all at once. And I feel like that's our job too,
Yeah.
humans, to like everybody needs to help, everybody has a role, you know, everybody has a role. So I feel like that's what they're sharing, like, yes, like we do definitely have these roles, and at the same time, you know, we're all working together, we're not in isolation. So I love that you were able to bring that visual.
Yeah, and I actually get, like, while you were saying that, them like a choir of angels.
Right.
I'm sorry, my cat. 1 second.
Wants to be part of the action, huh? I love that. Yeah, Becky, I'll just catch up on the comments that angel frequencies. And yeah, this is so good. I just love hearing, you know, more from you guys. Like Jody was saying, music touches our souls on such a deep, deep spiritual level. It resonates. Paulette is saying that she loves to listen to the birds outside. And Becky was just saying like nature's music, you know, and Crystal's saying we need to slow down. You know, we need to,
Yeah. And Dana, I knew you were gonna love that.
yeah.
That about the music. Dana's another singer. Yes, that is why we love the fairies, Dana. I think so. And then Crystal's talking about, yes, I do sometimes hear the fairy music in my white noise maker. We were talking about that on Heather's page.
Right, right. I love that. That is beautiful. I love this. I love all of this. This is incredible. Well, any angel questions or anything to add from you all? I love,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
just
these are great comments. I didn't see them all. These are terrific. Oh, thunderstorms, Norma. That is I love it. Thunderstorms and train, the train whistle. That just, I don't love anything more than that. I love that.
right. Yes. And there's just so many different things. Like if you think about it, and my son and I, we've been doing like two tones, like putting two tones together. And so this is funny. Like we'll put our cheeks on each other's cheek, and then we like predict where the noises or where the music's gonna go. So he'll be like, and then so I'm doing it at the same time, and so you can kind of hear the frequencies when they're not matched, and then they are matched, you know. And so it's funny because we were talking a lot about the two tones, when you can feel two tones together. I don't know what that's called exactly, but I love that because I feel like that's what the train does. That's what, you know, there's a lot of these, like,
Yeah.
they're doing like multiple tones, like right on top of each other. And I just think, looking at that, it's almost like we think it's so amazing to hear like this choir of, you know, of angels, but choirs in general, and like all these different notes laid on top of each other. But they're like, it happens all the time. Like you don't need to have
Yeah.
an orchestra or a choir. It's happening constantly. So
Mm-hmm.
I love
It's
that.
intervals. So yeah, that's what you're talking about. Or
Mhm.
like when you have a note that either goes with or doesn't go with another note at the same time. You kind of,
Mhm.
yeah, like the interval between them uh, dictates whether it's like a pleasing sound or a dissonant sound. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Perfect, perfect. The intervals. Yes. And Norma's just wondering about earth angels. What about the earth angels?
Earth angels are that's the fairies, the earth angels, huh? Is
Nice.
that what you mean, Norma? The fairies are like earthly angels. I mean, they're not quite like angels because they have egos.
They're special things, aren't they? There are times where I'm like, what was that? And then you just know it's like, oh, you little stinker, right?
Karen was saying she saw one the other day. Karen, are you still on here? She saw one peek into a little, I think it was like a paper wreath. It was really pretty that her granddaughter made, and she saw one go.
Yeah, they're like sneaky, you know. How are you? And so, oh my gosh, I love that. Well, Crystal's just wondering, is Daniel the correct angel to help with past life attachments?
Daniel's more of like marriage, ascension. So it depends what you mean. I mean, he could help you with ascension, which would help you with anything. But if you're being drawn to him, I would think that he's the right. I mean, just because they have their roles doesn't mean they can't help you with other things.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, and I like that too, because like if you've gotten that download, then that means that's right for you. That's exactly where you need to go. Yeah, Erin, with the trains at work, Erin's talking about her trains. I can do without the train at work. But the night.
Well, yeah, I only hear them once in a while.
Exactly, but it's like just every once in a while. So Crystal's just asking, are fairies telepathic?
Mm-hmm.
Not so much. Just kidding.
She just wants to put her tail in the hot light. She's freaking me out.
I agree with Norma about the earth angels. Yeah, absolutely. And just us channeling too, like any of us channeling, it's just they're wanting to come in whatever means they can, however they can come in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say telepath, it just depends on like how you receive information. So yes. And Norma, there's a Dream Virtue book called Earth Angels where you can like read about like it kind of has all the different types of being that you could be, like mermaids, fairies, angels, galactic knights. I mean, there's like a million, like porpoises or dolphins, I don't know. The dolphins like me to say porpoise, but I feel like I can never say it. Porpoise.
Yeah. It's like the proper name, kind of thing.
They really like that. They're always saying it's porpoise.
Right. Why are you calling us dolphins? I could see that. I feel like too, because they were very revered, at one time. Like I almost just see them very stately, very almost king-like, so it makes sense that they're like, give us our name back, almost like they're holding us back. So I could definitely do that. And then now I'm countering with them though, because I'm like, well, why do you guys laugh all the time? Like, why do you got these cute little grins on your face then if you want to call porpoises, like dolphins just kind of and at the same time I feel like it does make sense. Like it does make sense that even us, like I'm just kind of channeling the dolphins now, but they're just, I feel like they're saying, well, there's two sides to all of us. There's multiple sides to all of us, and I feel like in some ways they're wanting to be respected. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we want to be respected. So yeah, I like that. So Lucy's wondering about Uriel. He's so pretty. Yes, he is.
Uriel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uriel is he the one he's the one I've always prayed to for travel, for safe travel. Mm-hmm. But we pray every night to the four corner archangels, please, Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel, please stand in all four corners of our home and keep us all safe within. And then we say the rest of our prayers, keep Nene safe. Hey, Nene. Keep Gran safe. I do it with my 7-year-old, and then our his best friends, and we go through all the people, people are on a road trip or things like that. So Uriel's one of the top 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just of that, like you said, the top 4. So just being able to, it's almost like, we can't see out the back of our heads, right? So it's almost like they're allowing us to be able to recognize that we're safe on all 4 corners, like you said, every aspect is being covered. So I like that.
Yeah. And when I'm starting to feel his energy, it's like, it's so huge and like, it's like royalty. I feel like, you know, it's like gold. That's what I see, just like gold, and it was pretty cool.
Cool as well. And Becky, I'm just wondering if you're wondering if it's just disrespectful to the dolphins. I'm wondering if that's what you're wondering. She says, is it disrespectful to them? I almost just feel like um, it's a preference, I feel, is what they're sharing. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like it's disrespectful, but hey, give us
No.
respect, you know, kind of thing. But at the same time, they have this goofiness to them too, you know?
Yeah. No, it's not like, it's not disrespectful. They're just saying, whenever I was doing, you know, I did last month I did a lot of mermaid stuff, and so I was attunements and meditations, things like that. So when I was channeling the mermaids, then I ended up channeling Gaia and then the dolphins. So they all came in, and then they kept saying, we're porpoises.
Right.
Like, so I just think it's funny. I don't think that they were like offended. They were just like, you know,
this is what we are. Well, I also feel it's
like you said, want our name back.
Yeah, and formal, you know, like before, you know, kind of thing. And I think too about like not the hierarchy, but when you learn in science, you know, the various animals and where they fall and that kind of thing. So I almost feel like we fall with the porpoises, you know, this is us, this is our formal name, you know. So Crystal just says, I've been told that I stream a consciousness from cosmos. Have you heard of that? Yeah. So just allowing yourself to recognize that you are channeling, like you said, from the cosmos. There's just a lot of different avenues that we can be channeling from. So, you know, our minds want to make categories, I feel like, is what they're sharing. So then angels, you know, fairies, dolphins, mermaids, cosmos, you know, planets, you know, with the cosmos. So I almost just feel like you could pull it in from various means. You know, I feel like that's what they're sharing.
Absolutely. And you could just be channeling, I mean, you can channel your higher self. You could channel, you know, it's just whatever you open to. But that is what it feels like. Like, it's just stream of consciousness, you know. That's what it feels like for me. And then sometimes I find myself just saying things like, oh, well, I guess that's true.
Right.
So I didn't mean to say that.
Sometimes, when it slips out, you're like, well, thank you. Now we know. Yes. And coming back to Becky, she was talking about when we ask and pray to the angels, do we need to name them all? There's so many of them. And that's, Becky, where you were wondering if that's disrespectful. And I feel like, if anything, it's not necessarily to them, but more for us, you know. So for us to be calling them, you know, they'll come in as a collective. They'll come in, you know, and like I was sharing earlier, I just feel like they'll be able to come in, and they're always working together. That's what they were sharing earlier. So it's almost like it's for your own amplification. You know, it's for you. And so if you want, say, you know, a certain angel to come in for a certain thing, go ahead and call them in, you know, and have that amplification. If you're tired at night, you just want to throw some prayers out there, just throw them to the angels. You know, I just feel like they're fine either way.
Yeah, and you might, I mean, whoever you feel called, one or two, I mean, just whatever's coming into your thought pattern is probably, it's because they're putting it there. So, you know, angels, they can help you more if you ask for help. So it's always good to ask them. And I sometimes say, whatever angel is in charge of, it'll be like some random thing. I'm like, please help me now.
Right. Same.
Finding lost keys.
Yeah. The angel, you know, car won't start angel, you know, whatever that is. Exactly. Green light angel, please come forward. Thank you. You know, whatever you need. I love that. Yeah, absolutely, Becky. Absolutely. Well, gosh, thank you so much, Rachel. What a beautiful.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Love it. I love it.
This is great.
Incredible.
And this month is all angels with Sound Waves Heal. So this is like a perfect way to set it off, because I'll be doing an Archangel Abundance Attunement, and I'll be doing some Archangel meditations with Ascension, and my Woo 101 class is all about angels. So it's a 60-minute class where we talk all about angels and Ascension, what they are, their role in our ascension, and other what we can talk to angels about, and everything you need to know about angels. And also there's a sound healing with that, and that's a monthly class. So this month is all about angels, and everything's all angels. So this has worked out just perfectly, of course.
Sure. That's so beautiful. And then how do they find out more? Is it on your like about section or?
Yeah, it'll be on my main page under menu. There's links, and I haven't posted them all yet. The Woo 101 is I'll post it on here. It's the next Wednesday's the class, or Thursday, I think. I'll put it up there. And then the sound healing will be after that. So I'll post it.
I love that. Well, I love too the angels that wanted to come in, because I know you and I were talking prior to like who does want to come in, and so I love that these angels came in, because I just feel like they're just these higher, I mean obviously they're all higher, but at the same time they had a lot of information for the audience, you know, so I just feel like
they did
really wanted to like part the curtains for the angel month, like okay, we're here.
It was perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
I love how things work out like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect. Divine. I love that. Well, thank you. And thank you.
Thank you. I could talk to you all night. So
I
much
was
fun.
thinking the same.
So much.
I was thinking the same. Yes. So everybody have an amazing, incredible evening. And thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next.
Thank you everyone for joining us. It was great.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Awesome. We'll see you later.
Okay. And don't forget to check out Heather's page if you're not on it yet.
Yes.
I'll post another link, or you post a link.
Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect. Cool.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks, Heather.
See you.
Okay.